Hey guys, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dylan, and today we're going to talk to you about quadratic functions.
Alright, so all quadratics come in the form of f of x, which equals ax squared plus bx plus c. To make it easier on you guys, we're going to use the example of f of x, which equals x squared minus 8x plus 15.
Alright, thank you, Ryan, for talking about the formula. Now we're going to move on to step 1, which we're going to use the vertex and the axis of symmetry in order to find the x value of the vertex. So we're going to start off with 1, and the formula we're going to use for that is opposite of b over 2a. So a is going to be 1, b is going to be negative 8, and c is going to be 15. So we just plug those in. So we get opposite of 8 over 2 times 1. Since that is a double negative, it's going to come out to 4. Now that we found our value of 4, I'm going to show you what that looks like graphically. That's our first x value. So here is our graph. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this line right here represents our axis of symmetry, which cuts our parabola in half. So now that we have that, we'll go on to step 2, which is going to be our a value. So what this is going to represent is, since a is greater than 1, or is 1, it's greater than 0, which means that our graph is going to open upwards. So I'll just represent that with some arrows over here. Right there.
Alright, let's head on to our third step now, which is going to be finding these points to finish up this parabola. So now that we know our first x value of our vertex, we're going to plug that in right to here. Now to find that y value of our vertex, we need to plug 4 into our original equation of x squared minus 8x plus 15. So we're going to go do that over here. So we're going to do f of 4, which equals 4 squared minus 8 times 4 plus 15. And that would translate into 16 minus 32 plus 15. And that will finish off at negative 1. So that will be our y value of our vertex. And if we go over here to our parabola, we'll go over 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go down 1 and 4, negative 1 will be our vertex point. Alright, so now that we have our first point, let's find 2 points to the left of our vertex, and let's use the points 3 and 2. As we did in our first one with 4, we're going to do again with 3. So we're going to do f of 3, which equals 3 squared minus 8 times 3 plus 15, and that will come out to 0. Now let's do the same for 2. F of 2, which equals 2 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 15, which would come out to 3. And let's put those there. Alright, so now that we found the 2 points to the left of our vertex, let's find the 2 points to the right. So let's use points 5 and 6. As a parabola, you have the axis of symmetry, which divides it in half. So with that being said that's cut in half, the left side is equal to the right side. So as your points 3 and 0 and 2 and 3, we can also say that it's going to be 5 and 0 and 6 and 3. So let's graph that. So we're going to go over 2, 1, 2, and up 3, 1, 2, 3. And now let's do the same thing. 3, so which is 3 and 0, so 3 and 0. And then we have our vertex at 4, -1. Now let's go over to our next point, which is 5, 0. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. And then we'll do our next point, which is 6 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3. Have a nice parabola.
So quadratics are used in everyday life. In the business realm, they're used for profit maximizing. On a graph, that would look something like this. So this is your vertex. Vertex, in the business sense, could represent your profit margins. So on a vertex, that's where the business makes the most amount of money. So that sums up our quadratic presentation. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Ryan.
You guys have a great rest of your day.